Hello everyone, this is Gerrek. Welcome to G.S.S's first side tip videos. And today in this one, we're going to be learning how to ride normal, fakie, nollie, and switch. Now, as you see, we're speeding up to so I'm showing you how I ride around, and I'm fooling a bit. It can go the other way around. Alright, so let's get to the main point. The reason I want to do this as a side tip video is because I really want to stretch the importance, almost stress it out enough to where it's a necessity to learn this when you're starting to skate. It is to first learn how to ride in your chosen stance and then learn how to ride the opposite way. Which is called switch. So we are going to be learning how to make the difference of those, and I'm going to show you of what to do and what not to do when learning this. As you see here, we're going to be coming to the end. Probably most of you don't know, I'm just crazy that way. But here we will be starting how to ride in normal, fakie, nollie, and switch. So alright, as my board is in the middle right here, I am going to walk up towards it and show you what I'm going to be talking about. So let's get this started. Alright, now as you see here, I am in my regular stance. When going forward, this is considered regular riding or normal riding, because saying regular riding would get you confused about which stance I'm in. I ride regular, that's my chosen stance, which is natural for me. As you see, I'm pushing around comfortably. I am very, very calm when I'm riding. And as you can see, and I made this obvious, I can stop and easily pop my board up, which is not really a hard thing to do. And as you see here I am going to show you how to ride fakie. Riding fakie is when you are in your normal stance, but you are riding backwards. And this is something. Here's what I'm doing, what not to do. Using your front foot to push the board when it's at the bottom bolts is called Mongo pushing. This looks terrible, and plus it makes terrible balance, as in when you're riding like this, to get to a normal speed, get to a fast enough speed, this will be hard not to fall off, and it just looks terrible overall. So the correct way to do is taking instead of your front foot, use your back foot and use it as your pushing foot. This is how you will learn to push switch, and when you get on the board, set up in your normal stance and ride backwards. And in other words, ride fakie. This is really easy. You should be able to learn this in a day, if not probably tomorrow or the next day, but you gotta be confident. Don't be scared. It's normal to fall off, and it's better that way since you're not doing this off stairs, because you're low to the ground, but what you should worry about is riding off stairs. But now let's get on to our next lesson. Alright, our next lesson will be riding switch. As you see here, I am set up in a goofy footing position, which is opposite from my normal stance, regular. As you see here, this is what you learn after you've learned how to push switch in order to ride fakie. Now, as you see here, I'm getting very, very, very comfortable riding around in switch, because this should take about the same amount of days as it took you to learn how to ride. It could be up to a month, and riding switch then could take up to a month. But remember, it's all worth it to learn this. Now we move on with nollie stance. Nollie stance, it's like riding fakie in the switch position, only do not confuse that. Think of riding regular, riding normal, Alright, but you put your drag foot, which is known as your front foot, onto the nose to pop, and your back foot will become your front foot instantly, which I call flick foot. It switches your position up. And here I am doing a nollie over a crack, which works out quite well. And then I got stopped by a rock, and I just barely got from falling off. So alright. So we got regular, good, fakie, nollie, which I fall off this rock here, see? Which I will do a side test videos about the dangers of those rocks to your trucks. And finally, we're going on to, well, I did redo nollie again, the nollie stance again. And finally, redo switch riding. And as you see here, I'm gone for a little bit, because I am practicing switch ollies a little bit. Here I am doing a little manual, kind of showing off. Now remember, just use what you have learned from the first video that introduces you to riding on your board for the first time. Use what you've learned into this video, into learning how to ride fakie, switch, and nollie, and you should be able to get all 4 stances. Goodbye everyone, and hope you've learned something.